If you're a high school athlete and you're trying to figure out how to get your recruitment up, gain more attention from college coaches, as well as try to get more scholarships or just a scholarship in general, then I'm going to give you some tips that should help you and boost that for you. First things first is your film. I cannot stress that enough. It's making sure that your film is on point. Now, before you say anything like, why should we continue to keep watching you? Again, coming out of high school, I had 46 offers. I went through the whole recruiting cycle a million times, even into the transfer portal sometimes, as well as I've been on the coaching side of it. So I know what the coaches and stuff are seeing and want to see from college athletes as well. So when I say film, the first thing that you guys do wrong is have it too long. Your film is too long and dragged out. It's too many times where, especially football athletes, the play is still going on. You showing yourself coming out the huddle, tying your shoestrings up, you talking to the crowd, and waving it to your mama or whatever. Now you still getting in your stance. Coaches do not want to see all of that. Coaches are only going to watch your video to see if they're even interested the first little minute, maybe that. You guys got to realize y'all are competing with millions of kids out here. So on a day-to-day basis, coaches are trying to watch a bunch of guys. So if your film, especially if they're not already recruiting you and they just come across your Twitter, whatever the case may be, if it takes too long to even get into your film, you done messed up, because a minute in, you should have been able to get, 4, 5, 6 plays in. Instead, your film in the first minute only got like 3 clips. It's just like social media. Are you gonna sit and keep watching a video that doesn't pique your interest out the gate? It's no different than your recruitment videos and your film with high school coaches. You want the college coaches to be interested in your video from the jump, because you don't have that long. Most guys' videotapes average, 3+ minutes. The sad thing is, coaches aren't even going to get to the 3+ minutes if the first part aren't sparking their interest at all. The second part to the highlight videos is making sure your best clips are first. It's too many times where I've even come across people highlight tape and I'm, a minute plus in, because I'm genuinely watching it, and I'm like, this play 10 is the best play that he done had. This should have been his first play. So you never know what college would have turned your film off just because your best plays are later on, to where if that later on play was in the beginning, he might have reached out to you, he might have followed, or he might have continued to watch your film, or he would have been interested in seeing who you are, etc. I would also say add one slide of accolades in there, rather that's your GPA, rather that's the stats for your season before the video even starts. Some of you guys, that may help where you playing at smaller schools. You might have had 1,000+ rushing yards, or you might have had 100+ tackles, or if you're a quarterback, you might have had 3,000, 2,000+ passing yards with 20+ touchdowns, whatever that may be. Put a slide of that up in front of the highlights before the highlights even get to roll. That way, before a coach is even about to start watching your clips, he might watch your video with a little more enthusiasm, seeing some of the stats that you do have. The next most important thing after the highlight tape is Twitter. I can't stress how big Twitter, X. I can't stress how big X is. This is almost like your LinkedIn if you're an athlete. This is where coaches are going to try to reach out to you firsthand. This is where they're going to go to try to see pictures of you, to kind of see who you are. This needs to be full of what sport you play. If it's football, it needs to look like you love football. If it's basketball, it needs to look like you love basketball. Whatever your sport is, your Twitter page, or X, needs to look exactly how a coach would expect it to look. That also means going back and cleaning out your likes and retweets. Too much of y'all like some crazy stuff, some freaky stuff, whatever all of the above. Make sure y'all clean that stuff out. So if that's you, and you like and see whatever and retweet whatever that's just funny or explicit, go through and clean all that out, because that's the first turn off that a coach would do as well. If he goes to your Twitter page and it's a bunch of crazy stuff on there, that's the quickest way to get written off of a coach's list. Your X account also needs to have your highlights easy to find. This is where you want to pin your highlight tape, put the link in your profile bio, whatever you got to do. You do not want a coach to have to want to watch your highlight tape and he comes to your X account first, and he has to search too much and try to look and scrape and scroll to try to figure out where your highlight tape link is. because then that's going to be a turn off as well. Some coaches will be like, all right, well, we'll try to get to it another day, because they busy as well. They got a million things to do. They got a bunch of kids to watch. So this is all about making yourself easy, convenient, quick to find, because you never know when that opportunity is coming. You never know when your name has gotten put in for a college coaching staff to watch. So make sure that your highlight tape is pinned somewhere. It's on your profile. The link is already there. You want that to be easy to find. Also, make sure you got pictures of yourself on your account. I don't care if it's pictures of you training. I don't care if it's of you at a visit to another school, whatever that may be. Post the pictures. Too many times in this generation, like, everybody wants to be mysterious. Everybody wants to cover up their face, ski mask 24/7. Now, if a coach has never seen you in person and he's trying to go to your Twitter page to figure out what you look like because you're coming on a visit, he has no clue or no way to get a picture identification of you, so that when you come to a camp or when you come to the school, he knows what you look like. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be watching this video and are going to say, well, what if I don't have a lot of huddle film? I don't play that much on varsity. They don't record my JV games, whatever that may be. Well, now it's time for you to start uploading some workout clips. If you're training with some of these trainers and they got you doing DB drills, or a lot of y'all go to trainers where they have you doing one-on-ones and stuff, post those clips too. You just want to be able to showcase as much as possible your movements, your speed, your athleticism. Coaches will watch that too. So don't hesitate to or worry about, well, I don't have film. Post what you have, because you never know what school is going to watch. It's so many people. We joke all the time about the draft and combine. How many people get drafted off a t-shirt and shorts? It's the same thing with college. So many people get offers off a t-shirt and shorts. And some of you have situations to where you might be a really good player, but the person that's starting in front of you is a 5-star. There's plenty of stacked schools that have those type of situations. Grades. You gotta keep playing around with them grades, man. And y'all think it ain't serious, dog. You don't know how many kids I've seen name get passed over because their GPA is not good. They got all the talent in the world, whatnot. But at the end of the day, a school is a school. Their academic requirements is their academic requirements. It don't matter how much a coach love you, he can't bend numbers. It's just like track. You either run a 10 flat in a 100 or you don't. It's the same thing with grades. Either you got the right GPA or you don't. I really have more to say about that, but I'll say that for the next video. If you guys really like this one and think it's helpful, then I'll continue to give more insight, rather it's the proper camps to go to, how to have conversations with coaches, as well as how you should handle the recruitment process, as I would try to give advice best fit. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.